Hello everyone and welcome back to Age of Nagash, which is a channel dedicated to Age of Sigmar. And in this video we're going to be looking at the pre-order preview for the Hedonites of Slaanesh coming out this weekend. Really excited about this. If you saw my video yesterday, you can tell how excited I am. I'm going to get the pre-order for the limited edition Battletome and what Warhammer Community are doing up until the release date, as they usually do with new releases, is doing a Warhammer Community article about different things you'll see within the new army and the new Battletome. So today what they're doing is saying take a closer look at Gluttony, Orscollion's disturbingly detailed centerpiece model. So this is the new community article they put up today. I have not read it yet. Again, I want to save my excitement for when I read this myself with you guys. So we're going to do this all in one take and let's see what we have. So if you are excited for the Hedonites of Slaanesh, remember to let me know down in the comments, as well as I would be happy to hear your excitement just to get this massive, hype train going. So the first thing it says about this, and if you're any content of who he is, he's this big chap here who's going to be on the new Palanquin. So the first thing it says is, all this week we're exploring the Hedonites of Slaanesh Battletome and new releases before they go up for pre-order on Saturday. One model in particular deserves some extra attention, and that's a Gluttonous Orscollion, and I think that's how you pronounce it, that's what I'm going with in this video, and his enormous chariot. So confirmed it is a chariot. But before we take a look, just who is the Lord of Gluttony? So as we can see, we've got an artwork picture here, very nice. I will just say one caveat. I know there are lots of different elements of Slaanesh, and I think it's really cool that they are sort of zoning in on Gluttony. And I remember playing with someone on Vermintide a while ago anyway, and he was doing a converted Slaanesh army, but he was using ogre models and stuff because he was really playing on that Gluttony theme. So I'm glad people are doing it out there, and this is going to be fantastic for them. But for myself, the aspect of Slaanesh that I play on is all about perfection. And this for me won't work. I'll have to put another Lord of Gluttony, if you like, onto the chariot. He's very, lean, muscular, all those sorts of things. This to me is not perfection. But, different brushes, different strokes, all that sort of thing. Everyone has different sort of tastes. But very nice artwork nonetheless. And then this lady here is very demonic in the face, but she is not a demon as far as I'm aware, because simply she's got two breasts, which is quite a weird way of putting it. But a lot of the Slaaneshi demons, they're sort of non-binary gender, aren't they? So they have like one half is one thing, the other half is another, and she is human. And then we have what looks to be a dwarf or potentially a halfling, as we can see here, which could be very cool to explore. But anyway, we can see what's going on here. We can see it's all about gluttony. He's got lots of tentacles. But anyway, let's go on to what they actually have to say about him. So, after unwittingly entering into a pact with the Slaaneshi demon prince, Lofshar, the so-called Grand Gourmand has been driven by an uncontrollable urge to seek out and devour new and ever more exotic flavours. Slaanesh has taken notice, twisting his champion into a form more suited to his deprived proclivities. Today we're going to take a look at this imposing new centerpiece model, and then we can see another picture here where maybe a different angle we haven't seen before, but this isn't new. We have seen this model, and what I will say is that this is going to take absolutely ages to paint if you want to paint up to a nice high standard. I've been asked multiple times, is this something I'm going to buy? I will do, but not for a while, as I want to get my backlog done first, as I mentioned before. But this will definitely be something I get at some point. It is beautiful. And to be honest, I'm making quite a few dioramas at the moment for things like my Imperial Knights as an example. And when I make big models, I tend to make the bases nice. So I'm used to sort of painting multiple models on the same one. So I'm used to doing dioramas. So it should be quite interesting to do. What I will say is 100% paint these models separately. The throne you could probably do on one, but have these... when you build them, just have them super glued onto like a little base so you can paint them all separately, and your life will be so much easier. Do not glue this all together. 100% do this in sub-assemblies. Okay, so it then says, this weekend you'll be able to pre-order the amazing Gluttonous Orscollion's Lord of Gluttony kit, alongside loads of other Cerebrites, I think that's how you pronounce it. This model is huge, and there is a lot of detail to draw the eye. Let's break it down by taking a look at the sprues. Okay, so as we can see here, this thing is enormous. It almost looks like when you get one of those new boxes that come out that looks like half the army is, I don't know, Stormcast, the other half is Nighthaunt, and sometimes they share the same sprues. And then you can just see how many models there are, but this is actually all one kit, so that's really, really nice here. And you can see you should easily be able to build these models separately without having to attach them to the throne, hopefully. So yeah, definitely a sub-assembly, each model at least, I think, for that. I really just like, a side note, I really love the Cobra Palanquin there. I think it's really nice, and I like the snake heads here. I think it's really nice. Yeah, I think it's really cool. But anyway, so on to the next bit. It says, so the first thing you'll notice is the enormity of the chariot itself. Hauling around a creature as massive as the Vinter of Souls requires a robust axle and double-spoked reinforced wheels. So you can literally just see how brutal and heavy this thing is. Imagine that coming at you. And I think it looks really cool when you especially have these two massive brutal creatures pulling it. Yeah, really, really big fan of that. And I remember when we can see this little sculpture here of this person holding up the throne, and I remember seeing like a little rumour picture of it, and I was like, guarantee that's a palanquin for Slaanesh, and I was happy I was right on that one. So and then it says, okay, so it looks like we're going to talk about some of the separate ones here. So it says, around the top of the palanquin you'll find a variety of psychopathic lackeys from Lashmaster Vikes, I think it is. So you can see him here, and looking very cool there, looking like he's obviously whipping the beast. And I noticed you've got him here on the sprue as well. So yeah, very nice there. And then we've got to the priestess of Dolis, I think that is, and the mistress creature servant up Gluttonous next delicacy. So yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, this is the one that I was saying that looks like a demon but isn't. But it could be possessed. We've got those, I can't remember what they're called, but the twin souls or something like the you can make instead of where is there going to be a picture? Okay, yeah, so like, oh, I'll tell you what we do. We'll just go up to here just to try and prove this point. That's probably not worth it. These guys, you can make them into these ones here that are like twin souled. So maybe she is half. She's sharing a demon has possessed her. Essentially, just how she got that face. I'm just more curious than I should be. But the peacock feathers are very nice as well. And then yeah, we have the little dwarf here, or I reckon halfling is what I'm going to say for this one. And who would have known that halflings would enter Warhammer Age of Sigmar as Slaanesh cultists? Who would have thought? But here we are. I think it's very cool. I like it. But and then it says, Gluttonous himself reclines leisurely in his spacious seat, while the visage of Lofshar's gazes over the battlefield from the Learstaff. His demonic patron constantly whispering of the next delicacy Gluttonous must seek out, as well as the suppressed desires that dwell in the hearts of nearby mortals. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then you have obviously Gluttonous himself here, and then riding directly into the swelling confusion of battle, Glutos is quite capable of defending himself with potent magics. Okay, so a bit of a spellcaster, that's interesting, that's good. I suppose he has got a staff there. Probably 2-3 cast maybe would be interesting. And anything that gets too close will have to contend with the depraved, cannibalistic pain-bringer Kayazu. I think that was you pronounce that. And that's the guy here. I really like these models, like I mentioned before. Really nice. The twin-souled ones is what I'm going to call them from what I can remember. I don't like their faces, but give them a helmet and it's fine. All my Slaanesh stuff is basically helmeted anyway, so it won't be a problem for me. No, I really like this. I thought that maybe it's that a chainsword for a second, but that just looks like a gold loop or something. But no, very, very nice. And like if you're, so I paint my Slaanesh stuff white armoured, right? So this is going to be a pain, but I'm used to it. But if you're going for gold, you're going to need to buy so many gold pots for this army of paint. It then says the palanquin is pulled ever onwards by a pair of massive mutated brutes who are happy to make a meal of anyone foolish enough to get in their way. Their monstrous claws are more than capable of tenderizing and butchering all but the largest and toughest foes, tossing the choicest cuts to their master. That's cool. So they're kind of like a butler, basically, just maybe on steroids. Look like they've got multiple arms and stuff as well. So yeah, I am a fan of these guys. I'm a little bit unsure at first, but yeah, I've gotten to like them. I think they're cool. Just so much detail to paint on this, but you know, it'll be worth it. And then it says you can pre-order this exquisite kit from Saturday. Head to Warhammer Community Facebook page to tell us how excited you are. Blah, 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 blah. By the looks of... Yeah, that's just that. So, that is some insight on the gluttonous Orscollion, Lord of Gluttony, which is cool. Like I said, for me, it's a bit of a difficult one because I'm going to be replacing that model straight away for something that I see more as perfection for my army. Armoured up, like I said, basically not a massive fat guy in a chair. That is not my idea of perfection for my army, so that's what we'll be changing. But it's very cool lore and cool story as well, and just nice to see the kit a bit more. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. All I'm going to say is that these videos are a bit shorter, probably about 10 or so minutes, maybe more. I don't know how long this has gone on for, but the idea is just to do like a quick video just covering what we're getting in these articles every day until the pre-order. So no, this is cool. I was surprised to know that we were going to get this one for day 2, but what we'll probably hopefully get the next few days then is more looking at the rules. So this is great, but like hearing like about the kit and about the bit of the story for him, but we do like to buy into the rules, don't we? So hopefully we'll start seeing some rules to see how they're played, because Hedonites of Slaanesh on their first release was a disaster in the terms of they were way too overpowered, and then Games Workshop has been trying to fix them ever since, and then they never really properly fixed them, so without making them a bit too bad and then good again. So this is why we're getting a second battle tome, just so they can make a fresh start. So I'm sure they won't ruin it for a second time, but I think that these guys will be pretty strong as well, so it'd be cool to see it. I reckon they could have things like their shooting attacks could debuff the enemy. They could be poisoned, and then instead of it just being making the enemy, I don't know, -1 to hit, they're debuffed, it could be things like half their movement, or something like, I don't know, for how much damage they take from shooting, divide that by 10, and then take that away from their movement, or something like that. Something that debuffs their movement could be quite interesting and very different compared to a lot of the stuff we see out there. So no, very excited about all this. This will be a model I get at some point in the future, and I want to hear if this is a model that you're excited about. So like I say, put down in the comments if you're excited about knowing a little bit more about Glutos, the Orscollion's Lord of Gluttony. I'm going to be annoyed if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I think it's right. And yeah, let me know if you're excited about that, or if you're not excited, or if you've got any other conversion ideas you want for it. This would be amazing for a bits box, but this is probably going to be... let's just look at the kit. How much is this going to cost? I'm going to go anywhere from 60 to 100 on this one. Realistically, I think this should... how much is... No, I was going to say how much is Catacross, and you can use a comparison to that, but then again, this is all going to be expensive. I think the new Slaanesh stuff is going to be pretty expensive, so I reckon this could be about £85 to 100 maybe. I'll be happily surprised if it's less. But let me know your thoughts on that as well, and if this isn't your favourite model, what are you looking forward to the most? As it would be great to hear. And like I said, come to the end of the video, guys, so if you did enjoy this video, or you're excited, looking forward for Slaanesh, make sure you smash that like button and that subscribe button and that bell notification if you haven't already. Those 3 clicks don't sound like a lot, but it's absolutely free for you guys to do so, and really do support the channel. And of course, I'll be more than interested to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. What I would like to say as well is going to be a massive shout out to my patrons, as always, because of these guys, they are the lifeblood of the channel that allow me to keep up making the videos like this, long in-depth ones about loads of different armies, to try and help people get into Age of Sigmar, learn the game, and also play the game best they can. So I'd like to do a shout out to my Morgasts, who are going to be Sandback, Johnathan H, and Filq and Bleed Red. Guys, at that tier, you're giving so much support. Like always, I don't know what to say. Thank you for your continued effort. And then my Vampires do a great job as well, which is Mir, Martin S, Rouse321, and David A. And then, of course, my Necromancers, which Jacq.l, RadiationRiley, AW77, Dice Sagas, WolfNick, Michal W, Quad, Cranky Wombat, Christopher F, Christopher C, and Ronni H. So guys, what I'd like to say with that is if you would consider becoming a Patreon, you'll find a link to my Patreon at the top description down below. Even if you just click on it, check it out. If you maybe want to give like even just $1 a month, it really goes towards keeping the channel going, and I can't describe in words how much I would appreciate that. But if you can't, no worries. And if you did enjoy the video, like I said, like, subscribe, bell notification, and tell me your thoughts in the comments. So with that, guys, I'm going to end it there. So remember until next time to stay safe, wear a mask, wash your hands, stay hygienic, and all in the sense of this week in a race Slaanesh way, so you make of that how you will. But more importantly, beyond any of that, remember that Nagash is all, and all is one in Nagash.